Hey everybody, it's good to see you all again. This segment is just to kind of let you guys know what is going on in this episode. So, in this episode, there is a situation. Towards the end, or anywhere in this episode, there is a blank. That means there's no sound coming in the episode, and you might think that is your fault. That is my fault. You can blame me, say it was my fault, because that is an editing problem, and that's because of recording and the recording platform that I use. If that happens to be in the episode, if that's in it, what you need to do is to just disregard it. Don't worry about it. Consider it like an ad break. Consider it like a break. Consider it like we're taking a 5 minute break. Consider it like that. So, no freaking out. No need to worry. Make sure you guys enjoy the episode, enjoy what's in it, and y'all have a good one. And enjoy this one. Really enjoy it and have fun. And please disregard the blanks in there. Consider them breaks. Hope you guys enjoy this episode and thank you guys for understanding and for your cooperation. Hi and hello everybody. Good to see you. Honestly for me it is the morning, so I might seem a little bit slow at the moment, but it's still gonna be a great interview. Everybody, this is Bekay. Um, a lot of you are familiar because he has done actually a few shows. His last show was Devil's Night, and gotta say that was amazing. I was there the whole time, and your set was absolutely amazing. Like props to
Thank you.
that.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure to be on it.
Yeah, of course, anytime. Anyway, it's glad I'm glad to have you with us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Absolutely. And you it seems like you got a lot going on because Rise of the Phoenix happened and you just happened to drop out of it for some reason. I thought for a moment either because you were sick, but I was like, nah, it's not it. Um, so I'm just curious though, was it because of your music or was it just because of like scheduling conflict?
I mean, yeah, I've been quite busy these last few weeks. You know, I still have school. I'm at my last year at high school, and with the music as well. But this time I had time to come on, and yeah, I'm happy.
Oh, that's really good. Props, man. That's really good. That's really awesome. And wow, oh my God. I'm just looking at your Instagram and you don't look like how you sound. No offense, but you do not look like how you sound.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, but oh God, you just surprised me right this moment. Has anybody else, when you talk to somebody and then you look at their Instagram and they don't look like, how they sound? Because right now, right now you sound like you're African and yet you don't look African. So
Nah,
God, you
no.
surprised me.
uh, yeah, I haven't heard that one before. I do get told that because I'm from Denmark, if you didn't know, but yeah, I have Turkish backgrounds and that so I am a bit, I have that mixed kind of thing, but I always get told that I do sound from either England or America because of my English accent. I do like speaking English on a daily basis. So yeah, but I haven't heard that one before.
Oh, that explains a lot. That explains the face. That explains, of course, the voice.
Yeah, yeah,
But hey, I like uniqueness and like you live in Denmark right now.
yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. So you're actually the first one from Denmark, actually. You're the first one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
First,
sir. Look at you. Wow, okay. First Denmark, okay. I have not gone to Denmark, but
I gotta, check it out on Google sometime.
Yeah, it's not the biggest country, but we do have some sort of impact on the world in some way.
You do. I heard a lot about Denmark, and that's one of the countries I learned geography, so making some recognition.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Um, and also congratulations on excuse me, your album, No Limits.
Thank you.
I got a chance to listen to it. Absolutely amazing body of
Thank
work.
thank you.
Wow. Like that album must have been amazing, bro. Like how was that album for you?
I mean, it was big because I've always had since I started, I wanted to make an album, but I just wanted to be at the right time and moment, and it all happened really quickly. I surprisingly did it like over a few weeks because I mixed it and I mixed and mastered everything myself, recording and that, but it happened quickly, and I'm so glad with the end result. And I do think that the fans or the people that listen to my music liked it. That's the feedback, positive feedback that I got uh, from people that have contacted me and saying that is a great album or some of the songs they like, etc.
Oh, that's fantastic. Um, look at you. Look at you. Little compliments. Look at you. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
And God, is this your debut album?
yeah. My first album. Uh,
Oh wow. My God. It must have been crazy to release your first body of work. I mean, what was,
yeah,
the whole story behind what was the whole story behind, releasing No Limits?
I mean, the whole story behind is it started. I did have like a couple tracks, like two, I think, that I had done just to have it in the stash and maybe release it later. But then it was at a time when a lot of major artists dropped their album, um, and I think it was KSI as well as Pop Smoke. They dropped about the same time, and at that moment it just sparked in me, and I wanted to make like a full album. And from then on I just thought everything over, how the track should be placed, and I did go on the internet and search the theory behind how to structure an album. And yeah, I just started recording. I used some of the songs I had, and I tried to make a themed album, because sometimes some albums are just albums, but some of them tell a story. Mine, I think, is it does tell a story, but not in the biggest way, but it has a meaning to it.
Oh, I can tell. I can definitely tell it had the meaning because you put because your album is centered around, no limits, and especially the track listing, songs like Loyalty, Water, and of course like Coco, um
Yeah,
I like that even the sound, even the production, you didn't put any limits. So it was able to match the album's theme exactly, and you didn't limit much on the production of like any of the songs really, or you know, limit on distribution. You didn't limit anything, and it matched perfectly, with the album's theme.
thank you. Yeah, and that's what I try to go for. And the reason I called it No Limits, because I was like, how should I, like, what should I name this album? And when I look at the way I want to make my music, I don't want to limit myself to a specific genre or a specific sound. And that's why you can hear in the album, I do switch from UK drill to US to some sort of hip hop and normal rap. So I don't want to limit myself into a box. I want to sometimes get out of my comfort zone and try to bring different sounds and try to find my own sound, because that takes some time. So yeah.
That's a really awesome goal. That's really awesome to shoot for. Like Like I totally expect that goal. And and on that goal that you have, has that been in the works for a while? You know, wanting to expand your sound, has that been in the works for a while, or did that just come up suddenly and you just went for it?
I mean, yeah, kind of both because like the first few songs that I put out, I didn't like know how to make music. I just went into it and didn't really overthink it too much because I didn't want to try and have to have the best sound from the start because I know that's not possible and that would be a waste of time. So, I wanted to release and learn from the mistakes and the things I do correct. Um, and I think the album itself, I wanted to showcase, and I think I did achieve that. How much my sound has improved. If you look at my earlier songs, I do really think that the production, my whole sound, how I sound on a beat, etc., is very different and better, and can be better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you've been improving, even in your live sets, like you've been definitely improving on expanding your sound and not just, defining yourself as like a rapper or a singer. Like I love that you're expanding your sound and you're going for all the genres, so that when people ask, what kind of musician are you, you can say all kinds, you don't have to limit yourself to a genre.
Yeah, because music is subjective, or like some people like a certain song or certain genre, and that's why I just wanted to make at least one song that somebody could like. I mean, there's I think 12 songs on the album, and I was like, somebody's gonna like at least one because it's not the same sound. If you feel me, like I wanted to get a big range, so people could listen to it.
Oh yes, absolutely. And hey, no one wants to watch, no one wants to listen to boring nonsense all the time. They want variety.
Yes, yes, I do believe that's how, in general, the music industry, if we look at the major artists, the fans do love versatility because it just makes the artist better.
Absolutely, absolutely. It does. And it's even been proven, in the real world um when you expand your sound, it's proven that people like you more.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Yes, sir. And speaking of the expanding of sounds, so now that you're kind of expanding sounds, how was it like before you expanded your sound? Like how was it in the very beginning when you started music? Like how was, that?
Yeah, it was different. I I believe I started like I got interested in making music back in 2019, when I downloaded some beats from YouTube. You know how it starts, and then I didn't really do much of it. I just thought, yeah, maybe like a hobby on the side or something. And then I recorded my first song, or like a freestyle on one of my friend's microphone. It was a snowball mic, and I enjoyed it. I think it was awesome to do. They were playing Fortnite in the background. I was just recording. So it's a funny experience and a great experience. And then I went on and bought my own microphone, and I thought, I'm just gonna find a beat, try something, and that's what I exactly did. It was great. I don't regret anything that I did in the start. I wouldn't take down the other songs that I did in the start because that's the that's a part of me, and I wouldn't delete that because those songs show the growth that I've been as a person and as an artist. So I'm very proud of the songs I made in the beginning.
Oh, that's really fantastic. It's so wonderful, to see how much you progress and see how you've gone from the beginning to, to right now. And in that beginning phase, was it expected for you to make music? Like, Like, was it like automatically you were gonna make music, or did it take like a push to get you to do music?
I mean, I I didn't really think that I would ever like make music because like when I was like 15 and teenage, I did hit like puberty early. Like my voice got like deep in an early age, and I was like I didn't know every time I heard my own voice on a recording, I was like it sounds weird. But so I never imagined making music, but I just had that spark in me and say, why not try it? Like you have nothing to lose. Um, and I'm glad I did that. I didn't hesitate or overthink it too much. But yeah, it wasn't really I've always enjoyed listening to music. Like listening to music is like I do it every day, like almost every hour. And but making it wasn't really expected. I didn't expect it myself, but yeah, it happened.
Wow. And you didn't even expect it, and now this whole thing's happening. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's great. I love it.
is fantastic, and you fit great as a musician. I mean, I listen to some of your tracks, and they're absolutely amazing. It's almost like you did it professionally. Well, I'm not gonna say professionally. I'm gonna replace it. It's almost like um you actually went to the real recording studio and did it all. That's what I meant to say, to add professionally to it.
Yeah. I mean, I have also invested a lot in professional music equipment because like I see that as an investment in myself because they have value. They do they do a great job, and I went on and bought like a professional microphone. And it's actually funny, I made a studio in my own room with my dad. We like split it up in two, and now I have like a studio with isolating walls and so on. So it's great. I do love the whole process of music and investing in good professional things.
Wow, congratulations. That is
Thank you.
amazing.
Thanks.
Wow, that's impressive that you have a whole studio in your room. How's that going, by the way?
I mean, it's good. I just, as I said, I just finished it with my dad. It took about a week, 10 days, and I did record a song yesterday, and it was great. I loved it. You can really hear the difference. And I do want like quality over quantity. So I always try to do the best quality music that I can, that I'm able to do. But I'm really happy with it. Like I didn't really expect it to be this good, but it really did.
Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. And speaking of the studio, have you made any new music in the studio? Is there any new stuff coming from you? Because I have not heard anything. Like your last Instagram post was November, so you must be working on something. What is it? I want to know.
Yeah. I do have a couple songs already done, different genres again, and yeah, I I'm gonna release hopefully a lot of songs this year. I want to work even harder and use more time on my music because that's what I love to do. And yeah, as I said, I did record something yesterday, freestyle, um, and it sounds good. But the people, like my listeners, should be excited because I still have a lot on the way, and yeah, in a couple weeks or maybe 1 or 2 months, something new is gonna drop. So be ready for that. That's all I
Oh
gotta
my
say.
God. Yes, yes, I am so excited. I've been waiting for, new stuff from you. I've been waiting. I mean, the album's good, but I need more. Like, come on, I
Yeah,
need more.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Soon, very soon.
Oh my God, yay, I'm so excited. And great timing because our next virtual concert is supposed to be in the next few months. So hopefully with the new project you'll be able to perform with us soon.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would really love that. You know, bring some new songs to the table and for the people, for the listeners. That would be great.
Yay, I would love to perform again. We really missed you the last time, so it's good. It's so to be amazing to have a comeback.
Yeah, I wanted to I was supposed to obviously be on that, but with school and everything, and I just thought if I could have, you know, sent something and performed, but it wasn't gonna be as good as the first one. I wanted to bring something quality instead of just something just quickly made. That's why I had to decline uh in the last minute.
Right, right. And it makes sense why, because because of how life is and conflicts, scheduling and you know actually additionally to those conflicts going on in your viewpoint, what are the challenging parts with making music?
There's some of the turning parts. Um, yeah, I mean, how do I answer that? It's a good question. I mean, what I how I think when I make music, I don't, as I said, I don't like to limit anything. Oh, I think overthinking too much like kills the whole joy of making anything, not just music. And that, you know, you just, and I see a lot of people on TikTok as well that make music, and they always sort of like limit themselves because, you know, making music does, you know, you have to invest money and time into it, but you just gotta do what you can do. Don't limit yourself. If you can buy a $10 microphone, go for a $10 microphone and then progress from that. Because I do believe that there's so many opportunities with apps on the phone, BandLab, you can record, Audacity, and everything. So there is so many opportunities. So like I would say, you just gotta go for it. But sometimes I do experience like writer's block. I don't know, you know, what to write. I can't find a beat, and I hate that, you know, being stuck in the same place and just you can't be productive because there's nothing to do. But eventually, you just find a beat or just get that idea in you, and then boom, it just goes on. So that's how life is. Sometimes it's ups and downs, but yeah, I do enjoy it.
That's really fantastic. And it's also amazing that you're able to combat, those challenges and, not let it, overflow and not let it, get over you, get over you. And wow, that's impressive, by the way. A lot of musicians can't do that. Some of
Yeah, thank
them,
you, thank you.
they go crazy, and some of them, they have too much work piled up and they crash. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. I mean, that's just how I'm looking at it. I'm not saying that that's the right way to look at it,
right.
but you know, there's different types, you know, different ways you can do it. But I would say that that's how I do it. And I think it's a great way to work with anything in life.
Absolutely. Yes, I totally agree. Yes. And along with those challenges, most people have is, of course, the workflow. So I do want to ask that because you seem, you just confirmed that um, are able to handle the challenges. So how's the workflow?
Yeah, the workflow, like it depends on the song or the day, how I feel. But normally I just, you know, I find a beat from somewhere and when beat stars, or I do have some producers that send it. And when I start making music, I want to get 100% focused on it. And you know, I do listen to the beat like a couple times and maybe like freestyle or just do some some harmonies on it and just get the feeling of the beat, because that's a really important part of my music. I do look try to get into the beat and the harmony of it. And then I just most of my songs are, I would say, like freestyle. I do write maybe the hook, but then the rest of it I just try to say something on top of my head and make it like into one big art, one big project. And that's how it really goes. I do enjoy that. I don't want to sit and try to find and write it down and everything. I just go with it, uh, and see how it goes. Sometimes it turns bad, sometimes it turns amazing. But yeah, that's how my workflow is, I would say.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I agree. And the in your workflow, like, firstly, it's impressive. It's also, I think most people who's ever really done music would absolutely agree because I'm sure they've had what you're doing plus 10.
Yeah, yeah,
So of course they would understand, how that is. Of course they would understand.
yeah. Obviously, there's so many different workflows. Some people they just go crazy and like do it all in one take, or just there's so many different types of workflows, and I feel that's what's amazing about music. There isn't one specific thing. You can do it how you like it, and that's great, in my opinion.
Yeah, yes. And I feel like that too. Like, music is for everybody. Music is for everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Um, yes, sir. And now that you have nailed, your workflow, um, I have I have seen that you work with other people, correct? You do work with others, right?
Yeah. I have worked with a couple other artists. Some of them are my friends, that I know. So yeah, but I've also worked with them, but also people from the US or UK, and yeah, I do have some tracks released, but I do have a lot of that's unreleased, uh, with other artists, either as a future feature, or just my own song with them on as a feature.
Oh, dope. That's amazing. How how is that? Like how's it been working with other artists, other musicians like yourself? How is that?
I mean, it's kind of mixed for me. The experience has been like a 50-50, because like, especially people that I don't know, other artists, it's some of them have been great, but I do believe that, or I do think that sometimes it just doesn't work out, because either people don't want to like answer you back, or that we do have a different workflow or something. But sometimes I get sent like a song, and then they're asking me to feature on it, and I love to work with other people. Like, I'm totally open for it, because I do progress by working with other people as well. But in the end, when I just record it and everything, it never comes out. Like, the communication is so weak, that like it just stops. And I do feel that that's sad, in my opinion. I do love to work with other people, but maybe I've just found the wrong people to work with. But yeah, I believe that there's a lot of people, like beginners, because I'm not a pro or anything. I'm still at that beginner level. But people, they just, maybe I'm taking it too serious, but I love being serious about my music. And yeah, I haven't found yet some other artists that has the same seriousness to their music, or same passion. Uh, So it's not been the best experience working with other artists, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that it's been troubling for you. The work of the artists is. I totally get it. They're different people working with that, and they have issues on their side. Like I totally get it. Um,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and um, And just like a nice addition, how do you cope with working with other musicians? Like how in your own viewpoint, do you work with other musicians?
I mean, as I said, I want to work with people that also take their music seriously, but or just has the same passion. You don't need to have the best equipment or anything. That's not like a that's not what I'm saying. But just work with other people. Maybe feature on their song, they feature on my song. But yeah,
That's amazing. And of course, I'm sure you have a whole system with coping with them. Like, do you have a system with coping with them, or you just go in like as yourself and hope they understand?
I mean, like if it's my song and I want them to feature, I always, try to explain them, the vision behind the song, or if they want me to feature on their song, I would also like to know the vision behind the song, so I can really get into it. Because if they just send it to me, I could obviously listen to the verse, but like, maybe it wouldn't be as good as a match if I just start rapping something that doesn't really fit the song. I think that would not really complement each other. So I do believe that it's good to know the vision, or how they want it specifically. I worked with an artist that contacted me and wanted me to feature on his song, and he told me like, okay, no like no swears, and I was like, okay, and then yeah, it's supposed to be a kind of sad song, and yeah, I was like, okay, and then I got into that mode of like, okay, I gotta write something that fits the song, and that fits his verses. So that was great. That was a good experience, and it eventually also came out on all the other platforms, and yeah, it was great. So that's what I like, working with a lot of people, artists.
I'm so glad that it works out and that you're able to cope. I mean, that's really impressive that you're able to do it and able to do it at a young age. Like most musicians are like 30 can't even do that. So like you're already
Yeah,
advanced, you're already ahead of them already.
thank you. I'm just trying to be me, honestly. It- I just try to go with whatever I think is best for me and the music I make, etc. So yeah,
I support that. I'm happy for you. So glad. So glad. Um and hey, since you've been doing this, since you're doing this young, and you're just finishing high school, what kind of, tips for people? Like what would you tell people that want to get started making music or just getting started? What would you tell them?
that's a good question. I mean, I would say just go for it. Like, don't put yourself, or don't limit yourself. Uh, like you just gotta, don't overthink it. And I think with making music or just anything, you are gonna get hate or criticism, because I've experienced that myself. That I started and people always joke about the music you made, or they say it's bad and they joke and everything. But I don't really take it to me, because I don't care. Like, as I said, music is subjective. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. Totally fine. So you have to be able to block out that negative energy and the negative, yeah, all the negative thing. But criticism isn't bad. You also have to listen sometimes to what others are saying. But it's really important how the message is being delivered. You could tell if somebody is serious or joking when they're talking to you. And I don't like when people like joke and everything. I just block it out and say, hey, I ain't got time for you. And you can also hear that in my music. That's why in a lot of my songs, I do talk about loyalty, because ever since making music, I have experienced the distance, yeah, a big distance between some of my friends, and people that I know, you get distance, and that's weird, but I guess that's how it is. Um, so you gotta expect that if you get into music. But obviously, there's also so much support. I mean, support from you guys and everything, the other listeners, my other friends, etc. It's great. You know, there's ups and downs with making music, but I would say just go for it. Don't overthink too much.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for that incredible advice. I think they're going to really, take that in. And thank you.
No worries.
And wow, this is even better than I thought it was gonna be.
I'm glad to hear that.
This is even better than I thought. Firstly, thank you so much for your time here. You're an amazing musician, and I'm so honored to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here, and it was a great interview. I gotta say it was quite chill. Is you know I didn't feel any uncomfortable. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. It was great. Very healthy, good conversation. So I'm glad for that.
Oh, thank you. I do want to make sure it's comfortable because, like, I don't know. I just want us to have a normal conversation, but also have a nice interview. It can happen both, right? It can be both.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, yeah.
It can be both. Um, but thank you. Is there any last words you like to say to the audience?
I would say, yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram or in Spotify, for the new people that haven't heard me, hope you guys want to tap in and maybe listen to my music and see if that's something you like. But to everyone in general, be ready because this year is going to be very different, and there's going to be a whole new side of me, and it's going to be great. So just be ready.
Yay, and ready we shall be.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all, make sure you check out Blaze down below, link provided. Make sure you check out No Limits, now released on all platforms. Listen to it. It's really good. It's fantastic. Um, and make sure to keep up with Blaze. He has confirmed that he will be returning to, the show. So stay tuned. Got lots going on. And thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. I hope you all have a great rest. Well, for this release, it'll be in the evening. For me, it's the morning, and I don't know for you. The time zones get on my nerves, so
Yeah.
yeah, on my freaking nerves. But have a good one, everybody. Don't do anything stupid. Keep on loving music. Keep on supporting musicians, especially Blaze. He's amazing, and he has not had the best experience working with musicians. So if you're ever up for collabs, please make sure to help the guy out and get some collabs going, please.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm open, as I said, like just yeah, it all just takes a DM. Like you don't have to overthink it. You just DM me and I'll gladly work with anybody. Uh, yeah, don't hesitate.
Oh, amazing. And try Instagram. He's actually active on Instagram. Don't
Yeah,
try Discord.
at Blaze BK. No space or anything. At Instagram, you could DM me there.
Dope. Sick. All right. Okay, again, thank you all for tuning in. Have a good one. And love y'all. Peace out.